Hi everyone, thanks for joining. I did my first ever real high quality makeup tutorial today and I'm so excited to show it to you. So this is sort of like my Holiday Glam look, and I've used MAC's new Velvet Pearl Fusion Shadow, and this is the Greenluxe palette. So I use basically all the colors on my lid, and for my lips, I actually mixed two colors together, but we started with Lady Danger and then I just sort of darkened it with the Ruby Woo. So Lady Danger and then Ruby Woo. So stay tuned for the entire makeup tutorial, and make sure you follow my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram at Chantsy and on Twitter at the Chantsy. And if you want more of me and more of my fashion and beauty, you can check it out at my blog. So it's www.mudexclusive.com. Thanks, enjoy the tutorial. I'm going to prep my face with Skin Base Visage. This was one of the samples that I got with the new Mac Select kit. Select program. It has a nice pearly finish to it. It doesn't smell too strong. And I really like the finish. It's absorbing really nicely into the skin, and it's leaving a really nice smooth finish. Next up, I'm using Studio Moisture Tint. It's a tinted moisturizer. It has 15 SPF. I'm just going to dab a little bit. I don't typically like to use a lot of foundation. Tinted moisturizer is probably the most heavy concealer that I would ever use. So you can use a brush, you can use your fingers. I like to apply it with my fingers because I find it's a nice thin application, and the heat of your hands sort of warm up the product and it goes into the skin really nicely. I always like to make sure I get around my nose as well. And not in the eyes, but just a nice coat on the eyelids. Okay, that looks good. Then, sorry, this one's almost done, but this is N20 Select Cover Up, and I'll just spot conceal where I need it. So I usually just dab a little bit on my hands and then put it where I need it the most. So under the eyes, I do try to keep like a nice V shape to get that sort of concealed or highlight look that everyone's going for. Sorry, I had something in my mouth. And then I'll put some always on the top of the lid. I find it's a nice way to almost do a lid primer, is to use some concealer. And I'm trying to use only MAC products for this look. And I'm trying to just make it really simple and user-friendly for everybody, because I know we sort of will watch YouTube videos and makeup tutorials, and I follow so many Instagram channels, and I just feel like a lot of the looks aren't really achievable, but today I'm trying to give you an achievable look. So what I'm doing here today is all the highlighting tricks, but I do it with my concealer to make it more natural. So you want a little bit of highlight on your chin. I put it along my nose. So you want to do like a T. This is supposed to help sort of thin out your nose. You can put a little dab on the tip too. See, that almost makes an instant brightening. Always around the nostrils, because this area gets red, and it makes a world of a difference when you can conceal it. Okay, and oh, I really like the finish of the primer. You can notice a big difference. Okay, so now we're gonna take the Mac's paint pots. These are really popular, and I'm just gonna dab a little bit on my finger, like that. And so this color is Untitled, so it's actually a very nice base. It's like a very pale taupe. It has a very little shimmer in it. You see how it brightens the lid? That's what we're going for. And because the palette I'm using has a lot of shimmer and shine, this base coat will work really nicely to pull all that shine out. It's not sticky, but it does create a little bit of that tack that you need for the colors to pop. So now that the skin is prepped, I don't have any more of my MAC eyebrow pencil, but I am using this Laura Mercier one. So just giving the eyebrows a little brush, and then I'm going to color my brows in, again, a natural way. So I usually like to start with a line at the base of the brow, just to fill it in. And I like to create a little edge at the top here, so. There we go. I'll do the other side quickly. There we go, that was easy. And then sometimes I like to just brush out the product as well, make it more natural. So for this look I wanted to go a little bit more pale. Typically I'd put a lot of bronzer and some blush, but I'm going to keep it a little bit more pale and really focus on the eyes. So I'll get started. I'll use the center color as a base coat, as a base all around the lid. Then I'll cut the lid with this darker color here. It's almost like a brown, green, iridescent. You'll see when it goes on, it doesn't go on quite like what you see here. And then I'll use this sort of golden green just all over the lid. And then we'll just play it. I'm going to try to use all these colors in my look. So let me get started, and I'm doing this on the fly, so we'll see what it turns out. Okay, so I'm just doing that all over the lid. It's a nice neutral color with a little bit of shine. You could stop there and just put some mascara, but we're gonna get a little bit crazy today. So I like to test the product first. I don't know what this is gonna turn out on my lid, especially with all the other colors underneath. But basically I do like a little, you know, a little V at the tip. And I like to keep my angle sort of high. I want to raise it. Otherwise it'll give you droopy eye. So up and then push it out like that. These colors are really pigmented and very creamy. So a little goes a long way. So do your little V out this way and then this way and then sort of blend it in. It's okay if it looks a little bit silly, but we're going to blend it all in and sort of correct it. Now we're just applying it on. That's why when you're getting your makeup done, you should always let the makeup artist sort of finish the work and not get stressed out like me. Okay, so we've applied our sort of darker color. Now I'm going to go in and get that really golden green sparkly color, and I want to put it right in the crease. Okay, so now I'm going to take this really pale pink at the top and put that under the brow line. And I find what this does is it really kind of brightens and opens up the lid. And then what we're going to do is we're going to blend everything together. And if you're like me, if you like to do red lips, this is a really nice sort of neutral palette, even though it's really high shimmer. This will work really nicely with to do like red lips with. Now I'm going to take that second color here that has lots of shiny and shimmer, and I'm going to put it in the center of the eye here. Or the tear duct, as they say. And usually what that does is that sort of brightens the eye again. It's really nice for photography, and so you can almost see that instantly. So we kind of put shadow all over the eye, and now what I want to do is work it in. Because there's nothing worse than poorly blended shadow. So if you want to go back and just make it a little bit more dramatic, I'm going to take a smaller brush this time and pick up some of the two dark colors at the bottom and just deposit it gently into the crease here. But I don't want to work this one in too much because I want that little extra darkness in the corner. So I'm going to use that same little brush. It has a nice pointy tip. And I'm going to do a little line at the bottom. So I'm following my lash line very gently. I'm going to stop lightly halfway through. I'm going to do the same on the other side. So by stopping halfway through and going really lightly when you get to the center, it makes it really gentle and you don't have a harsh line. Okay, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you another little trick. Sometimes it's nice to have a really light sort of shine right at the top of your lid, and when I did that blending you sort of lose that. So I'm going to pick up this really shiny white kind of golden shimmer and tap it on top. That's great. So now I'm going to take this really pale blush, pale pink blush. This is Shy Beauty. It's an oldie, so I'm not sure if it's still around. And I'm just going to put it on the apples of my cheeks. It's a very gentle pink color, but I think it'll look nice with the red lipstick, and it's not going to compete, but just sort of give my face a little bit of a glow. Apply your mascara to finish the look, of course. So if you wanted to, you could do a thick line or like a black wing liner on top, but I wanted to sort of focus on this palette and not take away any of the work that we just did. And again, because I'm going to be wearing red lipstick with this look, I want it to be glamorous but also controlled. And something to keep in mind, sorry, I can't talk and do this at the same time, is I find eyeshadow needs time to set. I always find it looks better like 20 minutes later when it's all sort of coming together. It's sitting in on your skin properly. It's almost like the heat from your skin is like melting it all together. Okay, that looks good. And And now I'm going to use the Select palette. This is from Mac Select program. It's a new program that they have, a rewards program. So this is like their featured product this month. And I will take the Lady Danger. So that's that really sort of red orangey color. I think it'll look perfect and really give me that glam that I'm going for. You know, the holidays, it's all about sparkle and all the red. I did write a post about this product, so you can check my blog. This is such a great color. So what do you think? If you think it's competing a little bit, and it might be depending on what you're wearing, you could go a little bit, I could just sort of pick up some of this color, a little bit more of a blue red, and mute it a little bit. But that's what's fun about this palette. They're all the colors are at your disposal. You could even do a really cool, like an ombre look too. Or if you want to make your lips look bigger, you do the dark color on the outside and keep it light in the center. Okay, I like that. I don't know if you guys can notice the difference, but it's a little bit more toned down. So this is pretty much the look. I hope you like it. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is something you could pull off? It didn't take too much time. So send me your thoughts and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Let me know how I did for my first video. And I look forward to seeing you guys again. Bye!